Just a quick disclaimer. I'm just getting this out as quick as I can so that some of the new users can get like a walkthrough. I know people are signing up daily with no videos and they're just winging it. So I was just trying to get something out for you guys. I will make a refined version for advertising as I have more time. Good luck understanding everything I said. All right, today we're going to take a look at the salvagelogix.com dashboard. The dashboard will be used from a cell phone or a computer. It's really set up to use from your computer though, but if you ever need to check something on your cell phone, it does work. It's just a little bit tougher to use. When you create your account, log in, you'll be created with the overview page here. This is going to be an enterprise level of account, so if you choose a lower subscription model, you may not see some of these features. On the overview page here, you can see that we just have a snapshot of our published listings and eBay revenue for the 7-day time period that's selected. You also have the ability to check if you had any local sales. This will be invoices or from your storefront if you're on an enterprise level. And 30, 60, 90 days, pretty standard stuff. Below the graphs here, we have orders, stagnant listings, offers, eBay messages, and work orders. These will glow when they need attention. And each one is also a shortcut to the tab. So if you click orders, it'll take you to the orders tab. That might be easier maybe if you had the sidebar collapsed or something. And if you scroll down, you can see your subscription plan. Here is a shortcut to your account billing. It'll take you directly there for upgrading your subscription or canceling. All right, inside this user's team tab, you can see his team members, which there's 2 people on the team. You can see their post for the day, their listed value for the day, and the team size. This card in the top left is also interactive. You can click it 1 day, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. And this will just kind of give you an idea of who has posted what for the day. And if you click a user's name here, you can see a few stats, how they're doing with posting, the value for the month. Today's August 2nd, so not very high. Their commission points and the sales generated from this user. And we have in the top right here, sales for the month, and we can click there and just see it that way. Invoices, storefront, eBay, and total. This is a great way to keep up with the team, see how your guys are doing throughout the days, weeks, month, whatever. Next, let's look at the commission tab. Inside the commissions tab, you have a few different ways to split the payouts. In the top right here, you can set a commission percentage. This is before fees and shipping, so keep that in mind. You have a even split for users, 25% each. Custom split, if you have a yard manager and you want to give him 40% of the commission right off the top, and there's 3 other users and you want to give them 20% each, you can set that there. Performance split is going to be the system determines what the commission is for each user based on points. Each sale and post is awarded points based on a few different factors. This tries to keep the system fair, and if somebody is just posting low value small parts all day long, they can't get a lot of points just because they've posted more than everybody else. And you can see here 488 points, 11,000 in sales. The commission pool is 330, and there was 438 points distributed among the team. And you can follow down here. This top user did 89%, majority all of the sales, and he received 93% of the split. So you can see below here, he had 50 posts still, 0 sales. He still got something, but for whatever reason, the quality of the products here probably weren't very good. It probably wasn't very high value. So his was significantly impacted, especially considering no sales for the month. And here's just a breakdown of the points for the week, the number of posts. Next, we're going to look at users and permissions. Inside users and permissions on the top here, you will see that your team seats. Depending on the subscription, depends on how many team seats you can have. This is unlimited as it's an enterprise level. If we come down here to permissions, we can click, let's do this. This user is not the owner, so the permissions will look a little different. You have the ability to control everything that the user sees. If you don't want them reposting stagnant listings, you turn it off, they won't see stagnant listings. If they're not responsible for picking inventory and doing packaging, you can turn that off. You just turn off inventory. Turn off orders tab. If you turn off inventory, if they don't need access to the scanner, if they're just posting, you can just leave on the posting app. You can pretty much turn on everything. If you don't want them to get any notifications, if you don't want them to see finances, you can just turn that all off. And you can customize it for each user. So if you have your yard manager, you want them to have access to everything, well, you can have access to everything. And then the owners is a little bit, this is just if you don't want something on the mobile application, if you don't want to edit vehicles from it, or if you don't want to send offers from the app, you just turn all that stuff off. And then when you add a user, enter their email, assign them a temporary password, first name, last name, so you can identify them. And then you go ahead and set the permissions that you want. You turn on the dashboard, salvagelogix.com. You get to start checking stuff. If you want them to handle eBay messages but not send offers, just go ahead and assign it here. Create the user and give them the temporary password. They can log in, change their password, and then they're set up, ready to go. And you can always come back and change this stuff at any time. All right, next we're going to take a look at the Vehicles tab. Okay, inside the Vehicles tab here, just some data here at the top. This is where you will add a vehicle and print labels for the vehicles. There's a couple different ways you can do it. The mobile app has a Vehicles tab. It's a permission you can grant your user. So if you have a guy who checks in your vehicles, and if you want to keep track of this stuff, this is a great way to do it. You just click Add Vehicle, enter the VIN, enter a stock number, decode the VIN. I highly recommend filling out as much of this information as you can. We do use it in the eBay listings. And with the stock number, we can assign all of this data to each listing automatically. Saves a ton of time. Purchase price, if you put a purchase price, we will track the profitability of the vehicle and you'll know when you start making money on the car, how long it took. And then you also have the ability to do a bulk upload. Inside of settings, you can download a template and you could just fill out the CSV spreadsheet in rows and columns and then just bulk upload the same spreadsheet every time. If that's easier for you, you can do it that way. Or maybe you want a backup copy of the information. You can just do it that way and then upload the pictures. I tend to do it from the mobile. Out in the yard, a vehicle comes in, take the pictures with the camera on my phone, plug the VIN number in, decode it, add the photos there, and then I can come back to the computer and add anything that I didn't know off the top of my head for that vehicle, if I didn't know the engine code or whatever. And if you hover over the image on the side panel here, it becomes a gallery viewer. And you can just see the photos real quick. If you can't remember something, oh yeah, the airbags didn't go off type of deal. Quick way to get an answer. So take a lot of photos. I think you could put like 50 photos on each car or something. You can also download the photos from the server on your phone. So if you didn't have the photo saved and you want to download a picture for somebody on Marketplace and they want a picture of the dashboard. Well, if you have the pictures on the server, you can download them. If you're not in the yard, you don't have to go out in the yard, whatever the scenario. Just more opportunity to move fast. You cannot generate a label for the parts after you dismantle the vehicle unless the VIN number is in place. So if you have a half completed listing, it'll look blue or yellow if there's no VIN number. Blue, you can print labels. Yellow, you can't. Green means it's going to be on the storefront. That means the photos are there and all of the vehicle data is filled out. You don't have to fill out like interior trim code for it to show up in the storefront. And then when you want to create a label, you just select your stock number or search your stock number. So do HB78, enter. Okay, so there's the car that I was looking for. We've stripped this car and we're processing it for eBay. Then I'll just hit labels. It'll default to 10 labels. Inside of the settings, you will set which printer you use for your labels. We have a label printer and we use a different label for packaging. So you'll set that and what size labels you have there. And if you use the silent print option, which is just, if I hit print right now, it's going to print 10 labels. If I want to print one label, I just change this and hit print. Don't make any mistakes here. Don't put 7250 because you will print another 7,000 labels. So just double check your work. If you want to assign a location, it'll be on the label. I assign my locations while posting because I'm constantly filling up bins and space. It depends how you manage your inventory. I'm not putting all the alternators in one spot, so I'm kind of I like to do it as I am posting the parts. And if you're filling up bins in the posting section, if you're filling up bin A1, if I type A1 in the posting app, I don't have to retype it every time. It locks that in until I change it. So I can fill up a whole bin and then on the next bin, I can type A2. So it's not saving any time to put it on here and have it on the labels. Also, if the part's floating around and you're like, where does this go? You can just scan the QR code inside the posting app and it'll tell you where it goes. It'll start off at 100. If you have multiple locations, each location will start off at level 100. Item 100. And then it'll just keep growing from there. If you have two computers printing labels in the same location, as in facility, it'll start off at the next queue. So if user 1 posts 725, when user 2 goes to the computer, it's going to start at 726. Regardless if they're on the same computer, different ends of the building, it doesn't matter. If you click this reset label sequence, it's going to reset all of the labels to 100. I have the silent agent turned off, I believe, so I can hit this. And that'll give you an idea what the label is going to look like. Year, model, miles, VIN, stock number. The QR code is the unique last 8 of the VIN. And then here's your pick number that you're looking for in the bins or the shelf. So we make it bigger so you just know you're looking for 725. Now with the silent print option, if you would hit print there, it's just going to spit them out the printer. The idea is I just want to be able to not have this pop up and then have to click the button again. But if you don't like that, if you want to double check, you can just turn it off. Now I just wasted those 10 labels. Once they're assigned and printed, that's it. They're not assigned to a part, but you can't reprint them. It doesn't really matter because it'll go on indefinitely though. And we can clear here, search. You also have the ability to delete a stock number. I would only use this if I don't know why I would use it, but you can delete them if you want. Maybe if you crush the car and you don't want to see, like if every single part was sold and you were crushing the car, but the data is valuable, so you know where that, if you know you've parted out 321 X3s, you can just go in the inventory, look at the sales history of those stock numbers, and you can decide, do I really want to buy another 2021 BMW X3? So I wouldn't really ever delete them, but maybe there's a scenario where you need to. It's there if you need it. Okay, next we're going to take a look at the inventory tab. I spend quite a bit of time inside of this one. You're going to have a lot of features here, be able to do a lot of things. When you first set up with Salvage Logix, you're going to get some sync stuff. It's going to say sync your eBay. You're going to set up your eBay account. We'll get to that in a little bit. And it'll say there's going to be like a pop-up that happens that says, do you want to store stuff locally? Except that we're going to create a mini file for you just so we can load things faster on each device. You also have the ability here, and in the vehicles tab, to print your independent QR labels. You know, alternator, if you want to give it a location. This is for single items. So if you have a loose alternator off a 2015 BMW M3, we just need one label for that, and we'll hit print. And now we have just 2015 BMW M3 bin location and a SKU, so we can move it. We'll get into that a little bit in a minute. But you can inventory it. When it sells, it'll get a push notification so you know to pick it. It'll tell you where it's at, etc. If you are selling a lot of loose parts, like if you are buying from body shops or whatever, repairing and selling their parts, this is how you make those labels. So that's not going to be as efficient as for people parting out cars, but you do have the ability to generate a bunch of SKUs. If you want to just pop off 100 of these and stick them to a part, and you don't need to put a description on each one or a year, make, and model, if that's not important to you, then you don't have to. You could just print off 100 and start sticking them to parts, posting the parts, scan the QR codes, and done with it that way. If you scan the QR code down the line, it's going to show you all the information that's on eBay. So here we can do a search. We'll just do mirror. And let's just do, this is a BMW yard. So then I'll just do a G01 chassis. And here we can refine it down, X3. Oops. And then we can see anything with the title, with mirror in the title. So it's a pretty quick way to get through items. If you see here, you see this little icon, that means it's on the storefront. This one has a plus, it is not on the storefront. So this might be old, this is old inventory that came in before Salvage Logix. You can manually add it to the storefront there, just by clicking the plus. It'll post it on the storefront. If you hover over here, you can take a look at your pictures. This is timed, so you do kind of move. You got to move kind of fast to get over here so you can scroll. If we click the part number here, we can see interchange for the part will pop up. So if you have a customer that, I had a guy yesterday tell me that the X6 mirror is the same as an X5. But I can just come in here and look and be like, it's not on the list, so I can't say for certain that it works. If you click eBay, it'll take you to the eBay listing, and you can click add and the plus sign. I say this gentleman here, I want to assign a pick ticket to him. I want to mark it sold on eBay and the storefront. So if somebody came walking in the doors and wanted to buy it, I can take it off of eBay and the storefront at the same time. And I can add it to an invoice. If I want to print up an invoice, I can just hit add to invoice, go to the invoice tab and put their information in and give them a receipt if you're going to do that. Then you just hit send pick ticket. You can also unassign here. And if you want to delete the item from eBay and the system, you can do that here as well. Once it's gone though. So use that wisely. And then on the label section, so we have some old identifiers here. Looks like bin B14, the item was 257. Here's the QR code, last 8 of the VIN, plus 636 is the identifier. So it also tells you can see where the parts are from this screen as well. Now, if I want to go to the sales, and we'll go to that same 2021 here, X01. So then we can see all of our active listings on eBay for this vehicle. There is $17,000 in parts posted. So I know on systems like Part Out Pro, you can put a VIN number in and it'll tell you this car is worth $80,000 in parts. Well, good luck. That's all I gotta say. Here we can see what the cars are worth. We get that vehicle stripped and posted. We know what's available. So we had 20,000 in good parts off this car. It was hitting the front, so obviously it's gonna be a little lower, but you can just a quick number from there. If I entered a price on the vehicle when I loaded this into the system, it would also tell me how close I am to profitability in this area. So let's see one that is, I think we go to the HB62, we go to all sales. Okay, so this vehicle has generated, we're $56 in the green on that car. So that's a quick way to see it. It'll tell us if we sell it on the storefront, and it'll tell you if it was an invoice, and it'll tell you if you just a walk-in, it'll say invoice, and it'll say store for storefront if that's where the sale came from. We clear the selection, go back to search. We also have the ability to change the card here, 30, 60, 90 days. The value of our inventory and our feedback. Just a little reminder if we're doing a good job or not. These refreshes all over the system, you don't really ever need to use them. We are pushing syncs. You sync the store one time, and then the way the system is set up, as orders come in, listings are published, we are pushing the updates. You don't really need to sync the inventory. I'm sure there's some reason why you might need to do it, but I can't think of one right now. It's pretty tight how it all works. So I wouldn't worry about using that too much. And this just shows you that your files are connected and your inventory mirror is connected. So you want these to be green here. And then if we go to restock, restock is just going to be a quick view of what bins have been selling the most items. So the orders tab, eBay has some interesting policies when it comes to printing labels from third-party software. So we are currently in the process of waiting. So you can see your orders here. You won't be able to publish them depending on when you watch this video. It's currently August 2nd. This has been going on for a while with eBay. We're just kind of in the waiting period right now and getting things set up. So hopefully in the next few weeks we get it all finalized and that's all functioning right. But when you create an order here, you will be able to see volume out. We will calculate the volume of the box. And I know it's not going to be the volume of the item, it's the volume of the box, but that should tell us where the most volume has left. And then we can go back to bin B17, might have 7 items sold, but bin B3 had 3 air boxes in it, so the volume's greater. So bin B3 then would be ranked at number 1. We know B3's got the most room in it. When we're looking to restock areas, I do this quite often. I just did it a few weeks ago. Now I can kind of see, tomorrow I need to start refilling bins. I can go B17. I know it's got some room in it. This is just what this is for, just to give you an idea. You're not opening bins and pulling bins out, trying to find space. We track it. Once you refill it, you just hit mark refilled and then it starts over. Again, there's a sync button everywhere. You don't really need to use these. They're there though in the event that something's acting weird. Okay, inside the locations tab of inventory, there's a few things that we can do in here. This is where we will print our QR stickers for our locations. So once you do this once, you really shouldn't be using it that often unless a label gets damaged or whatever. So you just assign a location. In our facility, this is a bin, so obviously I don't need to write bin A2, but pallet rack, you could put, whatever. You can label it by tier, however you want to do it, and just say bumpers. And just hit print sticker, that's it. But by assigning a QR code to a bin or a rack, it'll give you a few different opportunities. One, you can scan the QR code from the mobile app and you can see everything in that location without removing a bin and going through it. It'll also allow you to move inventory. If you want to move something from bin A2 to bin A3, you can just scan the item. Then you scan bin A3, it moves the item and it re-updates the software and it re-updates eBay listing. It's done. You can move on, forget about it. Item QR sticker is if you have a loose item that you do not want to post on eBay for whatever reason. You can still assign a stock number to it if you want. So if I assign HB19, 2019 BMW M8, we still get the same data on here. We can also add a part number, a description, and a location. If you want to put it on the storefront, you would do that in the mobile app when you post it, but you're just printing a sticker here and you could hit local pickup or shipping for the item and then just hit print sticker. And then once you go to inventory the item, you do that from the phone, you scan the barcode, take a picture of the item or multiple pictures of the item, upload it, it's in the software. It'll also be on the storefront if you choose to do that and you're on an enterprise level. It's available if you need it. I can't think of a scenario where I would want to do this. For me, if I'm taking pictures of an item and putting it on my storefront, I would just put it as local pickup on eBay as well, so I have double the traction for the item. It doesn't make sense to have an item in inventory that's not posted for sale to me. So, and then down here we can just see all of our bins. Say I want to reprint a label for a bin. Oops. You could reprint the location label here. You can retype it up there and print it. And then if I need to reprint a QR label for an item that got damaged or whatever, you can do that as well. And again, you can scan that say you have a headlight that fell off the shelf. You can scan the QR code on the headlight. You will get the card like you did when you uploaded it to eBay. You'll have the ability to edit it or delete the item from eBay. Once you delete it from eBay on the mobile app, it deletes it from the system and deletes it from the storefront as well. This just makes an easy way to manage your inventory without having to go back and forth to the eBay software. Searching items on eBay is always a pain. So this just makes it fast and reliable. And that's pretty much it for the inventory tab. So next we'll take a quick look at orders. So this is your orders tab. It's still in beta. We're still waiting on a few permissions. Things to finalize. You can see your orders. You'll get push notifications right now. Still functioning like normal. You just can't create the label inside of here quite yet. I guess technically you could create a USPS label, but the reason we decided to put labels in here last month was the ability to use the silent print feature. You can select one of the three, hit print one time, it prints the label, no pop-ups, no 5 clicks like on eBay, it's just labels printed. There's more services here. All of this is customizable. So if you don't use FedEx Ground Economy, you can use FedEx whatever, Ground Saver, or UPS Ground, that's I guess FedEx Ground. You can set those what you want to show inside of your settings, and those will be your quick options. I'm not going to click it because it'll show you this client's information, but if you hover over this right above my mouse here, it'll show you the client's address, phone number, email if it's on file, and you can send them a quick message or call them if there's a problem with the order. Just a quick way to handle that. Inside of settings also, you can program a message that will automatically be sent to the user, to the customer after you purchase the label. Hey, your order's been shipped, yada, 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 whatever you wanted to say. Here you can see where it says eBay. If it's an eBay order, it'll show eBay. If it's a storefront order, it'll show the storefront, just so you can distinguish between the two. Here's an archive of all your labels. You will be able to make adjustments, cancel labels from this. So this is still in beta. This is a new feature that we're still waiting on permissions for. And then just all your sales. You just go through the pages. It's pretty much it for orders. Like I said, beta, be patient. Depending on when you watch this video, might be done. All right, next we're gonna look at the storefront. So this will be your storefront landing page. Here we can see we have 627 items on the storefront. There's your link to your storefront. Here is a shortcut to your storefront. And we have a few different things here. If you want to put a 3-day sale for 4th of July, okay, you can just do it, put everything on sale, Memorial Day sale, start, end date. It'll automatically discount everything on the store. If you want to adjust your storefront cheaper than eBay, you want to take off 10%, 5% from eBay, you can do that here. Or if you want to raise it up. Also, there's some scenarios where, eBay, the market's saturated with a part, but on a local sale, maybe this PDC sensor, we know we can get 50 bucks for it. Somebody asks you for a PD sensor, you can adjust the price, $49.99, save it, and it will just save it on the storefront. eBay will remain where it's at, and you can bump the price up or down. Or if somebody negotiates a price with you on that PDC sensor and you agree at $25, you can come in here, search the SKU, stock number, keyword, however you find it, and just put it at 25 bucks. They can buy it from the storefront. It's great for Marketplace. It's hard to get people to give you a credit card over the phone on Marketplace. If the item's on the storefront, they can pay with Stripe. You get the order on your orders tab. You get a notification to go pick the part, get it shipped out. If you want to post a part just to the storefront, you do not want it on eBay for whatever reason. Put in a stock number here. Hit lookup, grab the data from the vehicles tab. If you're not using stock numbers, you can just skip it. Driver mirror, part number, if we know it. Local pickup or shipping, price $99.99. You can see the title for that. You can add your location if you know where it's going to go. You can generate a QR label. That's all the information. Print, and you can add photos here. Or you can go back, use the app, scan the QR code, add photos from inside of the app as well. If you don't have them on your computer, you just want to hand a sticker off to a guy. It's just a way to put it on the storefront. Again, personally, if I'm putting it on the storefront, I might as well put it on eBay as a local pickup. That's my thought process. Okay, the next tab here would be the orders tab. Any storefront orders, you have the ability to search it by invoice number, just history of what has been going on the storefront. And inside the settings is where you're going to set up your storefront for enterprise level customers. Store name, business name, domain, so it'll be like this one is bavaria.salvagelogix.com. The .salvagelogix is just part of it. They could do Bavaria Auto Parts, but it's quite a lot to type. Live listings, last sync. It's going to sync. It's going to do a nightly sync that just double checks everything and makes sure everything is good to go between your user interface, your storefront, and your eBay. And then it's going to push stuff all day long as you post listings. Publish live listings to your eBay, live eBay listings to your web store. You definitely want this selected. Include in Salvage Logix part search. You should want that selected too. It's not going to matter as much now if you have this selected, but in the future we will be marketing that site and it'll give you an opportunity to sell parts that way as well. Do this one time, sync all live listings. Once you start using Salvage Logix, you don't want to be deleting listings from eBay. You want to delete them from in here. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait for the nightly sync for it to all catch up, or you're going to have to come in here and manually sync. But it's quite easy to do it from the app. It's actually faster. So I don't know why you'd be using the eBay function anymore. And then you can enter an email, a phone number here, save that information, write yourself a little message for people to read, add some photos of your yard, products, social media links, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, another website, Facebook, X, TikTok, if you do any of that stuff. Go to Google, get your business latitude and longitude lines, put that information in. Your return policy, fill this out. If you have a separate one for electronic parts, you can go ahead and make that. Return shipping instructions and restocking fee. This will show up on their receipt, return address, restocking fee, fixed restocking fee, other policies, save information. That's all up to the user. Appearances, it's going to copy the theme that you use for your HTML description. It's going to copy that and kind of just keep the theme the same. You can tweak a little bit if you want here, but it's going to be pretty basic for now. We'll probably add some more customization down the line. Right now, we're just keeping the themes the same. Payment tab, you will open up Stripe. First you'll go to Stripe, create a Stripe account. Then here it'll say connect to Stripe or something like that. You link your Stripe account. We don't touch any of the payments. They will buy it. The money goes to Stripe. You guys handle it. You want webhook is active. And you want to click this box, accept online orders, so people can buy it if you want people to buy it from your store. Google Merchant, you're going to want to read all this stuff. And here's some instructions. Just follow the instructions. If you have any problems, just ask. We'll help you. When you do the Google thing, though, it's going to say we sent you an email to verify. You're going to click other ways to verify. Then you're going to get an HTML tag, and it's going to look a little different than this, but then you'll paste it in here and save it, and we will install it to your storefront. Google will want this. So there's your product feed URL. You're going to need to give that to them. And you're going to also want to set that you want it updated once a day at midnight. And your return policy, they're going to want that too, which is already filled out. You're just going to copy it and give them the URLs. So now we can take a look at the storefront. It's going to be pretty simple. BMW 135i. See the parts. Kia. Headlight, just one. The parts will, if this headlight sells on eBay or here on the storefront, it'll automatically delete Kia. So once we hover it, we can click it, get a zoom in of the photos, look at detail. Higher quality photos will be transferred here if you take high quality photos. We have compatibility. This one was not a stock number, so all we have is a compatibility chart. If we used a stock number, we got vehicle specifics as well. But you get the idea. If somebody buys something and they want to return, they can just start a return here. You have your About Us section. Photos will pop up, return policy, shipping address, start a return again. We want everything to be simple for customers. If you have photos of the vehicles, they will show in the part outs page. And if you have any Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever, the icons will show here automatically if you plug in the URLs. And they can come here, look at the photos of the car. Maybe you don't have it listed. Just another way to try to get people to call you. And then they can just click here, and shop parts. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. We are trying to target people who might not be running auto salvage software, customers from the streets. We want it to be easy for them. And this is what we came up with. I don't remember if I said this, but check out securely. It goes to Stripe. Very easy. Start a return. They put their invoice number in. It will reject the return if it's outside of your window. If you have a 15-day return policy, in 16 days, it'll just give them a message, hey, you can't return this. So that's pretty much it for the storefront. I know this is kind of moving fast. I'm not spending too much time on a lot of this stuff. I'm just trying to get you guys a video up for the existing customers. That should wrap up the storefront pretty good. Stagnant list and aging inventory. Very simple. Delete and relist selected. This will update them on eBay. It'll show them to you on 91 days. So any listing that's over 90 days old, it will show you. Down here, after you've been with us for at least 6 months, it'll show you 6 months old, 1 year, and 2 year plus. You have the ability just to select those listings, take 5% off, update eBay, start cutting the prices on old stock. That pretty much sums it up. It'll flash red when you have stagnant listings. It'll also tell you in the mobile app It's important to keep the eBay store up to date, so I stay on top of this. The only reason these aren't synced is because I needed it for the video. Next, we're gonna look at offers. Offers will cover offers that are made by a potential customer and listings that are eligible to send offers on as well. You have the ability to turn on and off the push notifications for these. I keep them on. I get an alert right away on the cell phone. Hey, you can send an offer on this listing. I get those offers sent out from the mobile app as quick as possible. You know, somebody's looking for an alternator, then we're ready to buy an alternator. They're not looking for it because next year they're going to want an alternator. They want an alternator now. So I want to get my offers out as fast as possible. Again, sync, not really necessary. It's going to push the notifications right to here. If this screen is open on the dashboard, they should still come in. If you need to refresh, instead of refreshing these, refresh the whole page. That's the way to do that. Little message. You type it in one time, it'll save it. So you can make it bigger, smaller, whatever. And that's pretty much it for offers. Let's go to eBay messages. Simple. Any new message that comes in, I want to respond to them quickly. You can assign these tasks to members of the team. You can do it however you want to do it. You can disable those notifications as well. And then there's just a little history of what's been going on. You can search by a sender, subject, item, etc. And then you got your archive of just everything. So here we're just going to show you the newest stuff. Once you respond to the message, it goes to the archive. And that's pretty much it for this one. Converter pricing. You need to submit an application. We will verify all of your information. We need a driver's license number, business license if you have one, and you need to read the terms of service on that, check all the boxes, agree to it, submit it, we'll review it, approve you, and then it's real simple. You just put in a code, hit get quote. Depending on where you are in the country, it might be worth it. We are in Texas and we ship them all to Wisconsin. It's worth it for us. So that's up to you. You can also just check the prices against your current buyers and make sure that you're getting fair pricing. Marketplace, you have to be approved to sell on here. If you're a facility that has a lot of inventory and you want to move some of it in bulk, you can place it on the marketplace. As the user count grows, we'll make a push here to show more listings. But this is just somewhere that we can deal with each other. Everybody that's going to sell on here is going to be vetted. I do not want any headaches. If there's ever a problem on here, you'll just be removed from it. We're not fucking around. We want trustworthy people buying and selling. We don't want issues. All of the deals will be between two parties. We don't middleman anything. Converters, marketplace, storefront. We're not taking a percentage of any of it. We are just simply putting it together for you guys. Same thing with shipping, freight shipping. We have no financial motive here to offer these. We're not making $1 off of it. We have some other stuff we're working on too to bring to enterprise level to hopefully save our customers some money. My goal here is to bring so much value to the users of this program that the monthly fee is trivial to you guys. You will be able to save the money over and over again, make the money over and over again. You're not going to care. The beautiful thing about this software is that collectively we are all going to make it better. The way it's set up, the way it's structured, without getting into it too much, but every listing, every posting, we are adding more and more and more to the database, and we are getting better listings. The goal is to rank on top as often and as frequently as possible and get in front of the most eyes as possible. And everything on the back end that you guys can't see is structured around that. So you can see you just click a post, add some photos, put your state, your location so people know where you're at, if you want to ship it, yes or no. I mean, we're talking about, this is not for one item. This is for Gaylord boxes full of parts. We might talk with some core buyers, and we might have the option to sell like core alternators, rims, and stuff like that here as well. Big core buyers, the opportunity to negotiate with you guys. We'll look at that more down the line, but for now, it just is what it is. Calendar, real simple. If you want to make notes, again, you can see what's not done. You can also create work orders here. If you have a team member that's in the yard, you can just send him You can send everybody an alert that says, hey, I need the hood off of this car. HB62, bring me the hood. And you don't have to call them if you guys don't use walkie-talkies or whatever. This is a great way to do it so they know exactly what to get. Very quick, very efficient, very fast. These also, the work orders and the pick tickets clear by themselves once they are finished. Next, we got invoices. Invoices is used in a few different ways. I usually end up creating invoices for people that are doing salvage inspections and they need all the vehicle information. We just type in that same stock number here, load vehicle, and there we go. Perfect for a salvage inspection. Customer's name, address, phone number, email. Hood, add line, fender, spell it right, Jesus. Fender. If you're shipping and you want to charge a shipping fee, you can also send this at this time for somebody to go get it. If they're tax exempt, if it's not being paid for right there, it just turns into an estimate. Record sale you don't have to record the sale. If you record the sale, it will show up in the system and it will be attached to that vehicle that the part sold from. You can type this in one time and it'll stay there, or you can use the generic one here, just change your warranty period, or you can just print it, download it from here. The same invoices will be used on the storefront. The customer will get a copy of an invoice, paid invoice, when they order something. If they do a return, they will enter the invoice number and it'll start the return process. Currently, we have it set up as the buyers pay return shipping on any items from the storefront. All of these transactions are between you and the customer. I do not want people messaging me because my name's attached to this and there being problems. If there is problems, I mean, you'll know because Stripe will just kick you out, but I do not want problems, so don't bring problems to my doorstep and we'll all get along just fine. Archive. You can see all of the invoices generated and you can open the invoice and just take a look at it. That's pretty much it for the invoice tab. And now we got the archive. This is just everything. Little history. You can see these ones have been sold on eBay or deleted. If you have anything that was deleted in here, it will show, and it will also show the user who deleted it. Nobody can edit this besides the owner, so if you want to clear it out, you can. Any other user can't edit this. They can view it, but they can't make any changes. So if you have a headlight that's been deleted from the system, you can come here and see why and where it went, who did it, and ask them where it went, whatever. And you can also edit your listings from here. So if you just have a SKU number, you can just type it in, or you can another way to search all the listings, just another function of it. And just same thing, just come down here, change your category, whatever. Just make some quick changes if you need to, change the price on something. And this will edit it on eBay and the storefront. Next is the account tab. This will be where you do your description template. So we have a custom description template here, pretty much the same thing. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go to 2, let's say, it'll just start off like this. And then you can customize the colors and stuff to match your branding. These will pre-fill out with our information, but if you change it, you can type what you want in here. It has to be less than 176 characters, 160 characters for this part, 76 for the title. So shipping details and freight, it's just gonna take a little time to find out what you like and get it all set up. Hours of operation. If you don't want your guys getting messaged after hours or getting any alerts, you can limit it here. And then you can just say from 8 to 5, they get notifications. If you open at 8, at 7:45, the notifications will start coming in. Add your logo, a disclosure photo. I don't have an example of one, but if you want, this will put a photo at the end of all your listings that says freight orders will be shipped. Anything freight's gonna be shipped on a pallet, takes 7 to 10 days. Electronics can't be used or programmed, stuff like that. You can put anything you want on the disclosure photo and it automatically puts it on your listing. If you want to watermark your photos, you can enable it here. Add your watermark. size it, opacity. And then there's a disclaimer. eBay says you can't do it. They don't enforce it, from what I know. But if you have a first photo has a watermark, that Google will not pick it up from eBay. And if you put it on your storefront, the first photo with a watermark, Google Merchant will not absolutely pick it up. So you can turn off these and then increase your chances at exposure. Company, this is all for your, if you fill this out, it's going to go in your storefront, and it's just a little bio. Got to get your name, got to get your phone number. If you want alerts, text messages, if something happens, the system goes down, whatever, address. And then this will copy this information here. And if you have multiple yards, enable this, put your second ship from location, add nicknames. This is an enterprise level feature, and it'll automatically update. When you have multiple locations, you also will assign locations to the team members inside of the team tab in users and permissions. Up in here, you'll assign them also a location. This is an important part. If you're selling on eBay currently, you have eBay business policies. I like to keep my titles very simple because I have to type them from eBay here. You have to use them. So shipping policy, this is going to be your free shipping. This is, or if you want to do charge for shipping, don't recommend it at all. There's 10 pages of parts, you're guaranteed to be down the list if you're not doing free shipping. So this is my free shipping policy. This is my freight shipping policy. Local pickup has to have a local payment and a local pickup policy. These are paired together. So local payment just says that you cannot accept immediate payments. So you have to make sure that box is unchecked on eBay. You just go to the top left where your name is, hit account, scroll down on the left side. It should say business policies, and you can check the ones that you have. You can't have doubles. So if you have one that's already free shipping, you're gonna have to just put that one in here. Make sure it's all good. Set your handling time as well. We do 1 day handling time. The faster the handling time, the better it is for the algorithm. And then your payment policy for just your normal buy it now listings. Storefront URL, your feedback URL, and your contact URL on eBay. Anytime you make a change to any of this stuff from here all the way down, you have to hit save company profile. So don't forget that step there. This is also where you'll connect eBay. All of this needs to be done. Do all of this before you connect your eBay. And then this is part of our shipping stuff. We're just waiting for API keys. Download your data, delete your account and data, and then down here you'll have your subscription stuff. Okay, support, just create a ticket, brief summary, whatever the problem is, describe it. I highly recommend using high quality phones for posting. The cameras are better. If you're using an old phone, maybe something doesn't lay out quite right, we can try to fix it and adjust it. You know, if something's failing or if you don't understand something, you can do this, or you can just call me, reach out to me by phone. It's usually the faster way to text me or call me. I'll point you in the right direction. But if you submit the ticket, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then if we come down here to settings, this is your auto message for shipping. You can just type this in there, store it, and then check the box that you want it enabled. Once the shipping stuff's set up, you can choose what you want for USPS, FedEx, and UPS. And then you can do all the ones that you want to see. I don't use flat rate. I don't use mail. I don't use media mail. I don't use partial select ever. I don't use priority mail. I don't use first class packages. I do use overnight stuff sometimes. So then I don't have to scroll through those every time. If you're going to use the QR labels, you need to come here and turn this on, and you need to come turn this on. If you don't use it, and if you're just using like numbered stickers or something, if you don't want to use the QR scanner, if you just want this for the posting app, just to post faster, just leave those off, but otherwise turn these on. And then the print agent is how you print without having the windows pop up every time. So for like, this is our shipping. So I don't have it on this computer, but you would accept your 4x6 printer here. And then this is our Zebra printer for our labels. And you can just select the printer there. You're gonna download the print agent, unzip it, run the files, allow all the accesses. If you get a failure for some reason, you can't see it on here, but next to the URL, there's the little, if you're on Chrome, most of this stuff you're gonna wanna use Google Chrome, by the way. There's a view site information or a little padlock, click that, go to permissions, make sure you allow all permissions for our site. That'll help. Once you download everything and install it, you'll have a little green icon on the dashboard. You want to put start with Windows, so that way it fires up every time. It uses like no compute whatsoever to run. It's just our agent running off of your computer, handling all this stuff. It's not going to slow your computer down or anything. But I'd start it with Windows so that way it works every time. Save print settings. If you have some weird size printer that I don't have, let me know. We could probably set up that dimension. These I use 4x6 is portrait, fit to print area, landscape on the stickers, enter the width and the height, fit to print area, save. Pretty simple. If you want to use calculated shipping, you have to turn it on in here. Otherwise, we just do free shipping. Not really set up for it. It's not a good way to do it, so I haven't spent a lot of time on it. If you insist on using it and you have problems, let me know. We'll address it. Best offers, turn it on once, it stays on. You want this on. You want to do these settings and account stuff in the beginning, you know. Two-factor authentication, require TFA for all team members. So if you have guys using their own phones, devices, every time they log in once a day, they're gonna have to use this. So if anybody loses a phone, make it a little bit more difficult to get your account accessed. Same thing with the dashboard. It resets once a day. God forbid the servers get hacked or something. We just try to limit the ability of somebody being able to do damage. Don't have to use it if you don't want. Sometimes some people think it's kind of annoying. I use Google 2FA. If you ever get screwed up, don't save it right, just let me know. I can reset it from my panel. Light or dark, sidebar, if you want to start with it closed or open. If you want to show the finances after fees, you do that here. Here's your template for your CSV, your spreadsheets. If you want to do it that way, download it. And you can also come in here, and if you're never using the calendar, you can turn it off so you don't have to look at it or whatever. If you're not going to use converters, some of the stuff you might not see if you're not on enterprise level anyways. And here you can download the mobile app for Android only. If you're on iPhone and you're setting up, for now it's a little bit of a pain. It is not on the Apple Store. We just have to add you manually. If you're considering doing this and you're like, I need to buy a new phone, what kind of phone should I buy? Buy a flagship model Android. It's far superior. It's my opinion. We use them both, and I think Android is the better choice.